All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're taking a look at a really fascinating new book called AI Meets Agile. It's part blueprint, part philosophy, and it's all about the future of our work. But what's really cool is that the story behind the book is just as compelling as what's inside.
So, to really wrap our heads around this book, you gotta understand the journey that led to it. And believe me, it was a marathon. Well, mostly a marathon, with a wild sprint at the end. Think about this. A dream that started 20 years ago, a chase for the right idea that took a whole decade, and then this incredible, all-out 6-month sprint to pull it all together into 15 really focused chapters.
And this quote from the author really just says it all, doesn't it? This isn't just, some ideas thrown together. We're talking about the end result of a massive personal and professional quest. You can literally feel the passion in those words.
Okay, so let's peel back the layers and go all the way back to the beginning. We're in Section 1, a 20-year dream. This is where it all started.
Picture this. 20 years ago, AI and Agile weren't the household names they are now, not even close. And you have the author, Vinay Babu Tarala, just an engineering student with a really simple, kind of timeless goal. He wanted to write a book that would last. That single idea, that's the tiny seed that eventually grew into this whole project. Okay, so fast forward a bit. How did that simple dream turn into the book we have today? Well, that brings us to Section 2, when two worlds collide. And this is where things get really interesting, because it taps into a tension that I bet a lot of you are feeling right now in your own jobs. And this line from the preface, man, it just hits the nail on the head. We're not talking about a small adjustment, it's a seismic shift. AI isn't some sci-fi thing on the horizon anymore. It's here. It's in our tools, it's in our meetings, and it is absolutely changing the game. And for the author, this wasn't just some theory he read about. He was living it. As an Agile coach, he was right there in the trenches, leading these huge corporate changes. And he saw it happening in real time. This clash between the very human-focused, structured world of Agile and the chaotic, super-fast, disruptive force of AI. So this really breaks down that core tension. On one side, you've got your Agile values, things like empathy, structure, good governance. The human stuff. And on the other side, you have what drives AI, pure speed, automation, nonstop innovation, and just constant experimentation. So the huge question that sparked this entire book was, how on earth do you get these two worlds to work together? So you've got this epic clash of ideas. What do? Well, that's what the book is all about. Which brings us right to the core of it all. Section 3, a blueprint for thriving. This isn't just theory, it's a hands-on guide for getting through this. And the author makes one thing crystal clear. This is not a survival guide. We're not just trying to, hunker down and survive the AI storm. No, this is a blueprint for thriving. The whole idea is to use agility like a compass to actually navigate this new landscape and come out the other side way stronger and more innovative than before. Okay, so how does it actually do that? The book breaks it down into this really clear 3-part path. First up, you reshape your team. This means thinking of AI as an actual teammate and using it to totally supercharge your Agile meetings. For example, imagine using AI to instantly transcribe and summarize your sprint retrospectives. All that boring note-taking? Gone. The team can focus 100% on the human stuff, actually solving problems. Step 2 is all about building with integrity, focusing on responsible AI. And finally, step 3 is about leading the future, setting up a transformation office and adopting a whole new style of leadership. You might be wondering, okay, but is this book for me? And the answer is pretty much yes. It's really for anyone in the mix. If you're an Agile practitioner in the weeds, a leader trying to steer the whole ship through this transformation, a product owner, a tech lead, or hey, even if you're just curious about what the future of work is going to look like, you're going to find something valuable in here. But here's the thing. This book isn't just a collection of frameworks and how-to guides. There's something much deeper going on, a real philosophy at its core. And that brings us to our final section, the human at the center. This is all about the why behind the tech. Let's be clear about one thing. This is not just another business book. The author is very intentional about that. It's not meant to be some dry manual that just gathers dust on a shelf. It's reaching for something more. And this quote, this just nails it. It's a book that blends frameworks and philosophy, strategy and soul. I love that. It's trying to connect the dots between the really practical day-to-day stuff and the bigger, more profound questions. It's about the how, for sure, but it's also deeply about the why. Okay,
But if you take away only one single idea from this entire book, let it be this one. This line captures the whole optimistic vision perfectly. AI doesn't replace us, it elevates us. It's such a powerful shift in perspective. The story here isn't about fear, it's not about being replaced, it's about being elevated.
So that's really the ultimate takeaway, right? The real magic of any technology isn't the code or the algorithms. Its true power, its greatest potential, is only unlocked when it's used to lift up human potential and creativity. Which brings us to the final big question. Look, the meeting of AI and Agile, it isn't some what-if scenario anymore. It's happening, right now. That collision is already here. So the real question isn't if it will happen. The real question is for you. How are you going to lead the way?